Alright. Time to get back to my other character and do my Endwalker MSQ.
I'm dead.
I know, yes, I know, I've got to do this. So it's Friday night, it's a holiday weekend. We're just sitting here doing MSQ, drinking some jingling. What are you playing?
My TV.
I can see that, but what game is that?
Cat.
Oh, okay. Cat box. Alright. Well, we gotta talk to this guy, the Watcher.
Watcher is weird.
And he's gonna discuss grave matters with us and give us a new weapon. High level 533. I like that. So I think it's time to do that. What do you think?
Yeah.
Alright, let's do it. Before we speak at length, I believe a change of surrounds is in order. What do they do? I have more than ill tidings to share, you see. I sensed others arriving not long ago. Though my communions with Heidelin have grown infrequent, I have learned enough from her to know these are your comrades. And as luck would have it, they have already reached my abode. Come, let us join them. I wonder if my friends are here now. You know, like all the other characters. Go and see.
What other characters? Oh, the other characters that you made?
No, the games or the friends in the game.
Yes, that was so close. Oh! Okay, I can jump. No! Oh!
Yep, they're here. There's Ishtola and Brianjay and Thanker. Cool. My friends made it. They're my friends. My fellow guardians. Fellow defenders of the planet. Thank goodness you are unharmed. We did what we could to subdue the tempered before making our way here. Not without casualties, unfortunately. Some few detonated explosives, killing themselves and others. The contingent's healers had their hands full tending to the injured and enthralled when we took our leave.
I remember that guy.
Yeah. Lest you wonder.
I forgot where
I don't know. Lest you wonder, Mistress Kryl hath also been delivered. Serving as a conduit for Heidelin's power hath taken its toll, but she will recover in due course. As for Alphino and Alice, they insisted on remaining in Garlemald while we three rushed to your aid. It appears, however, that matters here have already come to a conclusion.
is the email? Isn't it at gmail.com?
Go get Mom to put it in. But what manner of conclusion? No. Don't say it out loud. But what manner of conclusion, if I might ask?
What? Wait.
Let me see it. By what manner of conclusion, if I might ask? This is the ally whom Eidolon bade you seek out. He is not unlike the shades of Amaro.
Oh, he's weird.
Not unlike, perhaps, but not the same. I was created by Eidolon, together with this place. It has ever been my duty to keep vigil over Zodiark, or rather, it was my duty. Because we took him out.
Hunter.
You have to go to Mom. I don't... It's her
Okay.
email, not mine. Then Zodiark is no more? And not without consequence, I'm afraid, for now the delicate weave of the star, preserved by his presence, will begin to unravel. You mean to avert the final days, you shall have need of... Oh! You alright? My attempts to forestall Zodiark's release all but exhausted my
I'm back!
strength.
People! No one's here.
If you might allow me to rest a short while, I will share with you all I can. Please do. Need not exert yourself on our account. These crystals contain records of your time here, yes? May we peruse them while we wait? By all means. If you would review them chronologically, might I suggest beginning with those on the upper floor? Oh wow. I shall leave that to you, Augustine, while I see what can be gleaned from the crystals on the lower levels.
Which one of these do you more? No, not that. It's either this one or the.
What was the other one? I think it's more like that.
This one? Okay.
Alright, now we have to inspect the dimly glowing crystal that's up at the top. Find it. Oh, it without falling. Where is this? All the way up. Oh, there it is. Dimly glowing. Oh. As you gaze into the crystal, ancient knowledge of Zodiark flows through your mind. Daily summary, no abnormalities detected. Daily summary, no abnormalities detected. Daily summary, no abnormalities detected. These appear to be records of a long, lonely vigil on the moon, dating back to the beginning of Zodiark's imprisonment. Go back down. Huh. faintly glowed. As you gaze into the crystal, knowledge of past calamities flows through. Records describe how with each rejoining, Zodiark's thirst for freedom grew, as did the strain on the brain. Maintaining Zodiark's imprisonment appears to tax Heidelin. Warmly glowing. As you gaze into the knowledge of past rejoinings flows through. The records describe the Watcher's efforts to prepare in the event Zodiark broke free from prison. The records go on to describe maintenance carried out regularly. But it's not clear who or what they are. Brightly glowing. As you gaze into the crystal, a record of an unexpected visitor goes through your mind. The records note the Watcher's musing when Elidibus is spotted on, though clearly. It is clear he and his brethren have a keen interest in freeing Zodiark from, and yet they have made no attempt to destroy the brand. Perhaps they prefer he remain hidden from mortal eyes until final rejoining. Perhaps they realize he would never dare bring harm to Zodiark, so long as he remains in. Did you learn anything of import? So it is as we suspected.
Game. But did you know they made a show or movie of it? Yes. What are you playing?
Maintaining the brands requires a great deal of her energy and focus. And this cost has grown higher with every rejoining. That would explain contact with her has become rather infrequent since the 7th Umbral Calamity. I too made a rather startling discovery. This heavenly body we know to be the moon was in fact created by Heidelin. When the Watcher said he was created together with this place, I thought he meant only this facility. Truly, Heidelin's powers are far beyond anything I could imagine. Thank you for affording me this short reprieve. Why, you're welcome.
It is we who should thank you. The records stored here are nothing short of extraordinary. There is much we could learn of Zodiark and his imprisonment, but perhaps you could offer us more focused guidance. Pray, tell us of the calamity that came before and comes now again.
Ew. Still hate it. Does he look sweet?
Long ago, before the great sundering, there was but a single world. Aetheris.
That's Earth.
One day, from within the earth, a terrible cry issued forth, affecting a profound change in all manner of life. We were not exempt. Our creation magics ran rampant, giving shape and form to thoughts of hopelessness and despair. At first, the phenomenon was limited to a single region, but quickly, so very quickly, it spread and engulfed the whole of the star.
Were the ancients ever able to deduce its source?
They were not. However, the convocation struck upon a method to predict where next the corruption would manifest. The etheric energies which flow through all of creation form a various current. The currents which course through the land and seas. Those which flow through the very air. And those of the celestial mixture which encompass both our star and this moon.
Celestial currents. I cannot say I am familiar with the concept.
What? Tola doesn't know? Nor would I expect you to be. You scholars of our time know their existence. Their invaluable knowledge helped us to better understand the nature of the calamity. Like the terrestrial ones of earth and air, the celestial currents form a vast network, but the ethereal distribution not. The convocation soon realized that the inciting incidents occurred in regions where the flow was weakest. Correlation without clear cause, ultimately. Nevertheless, on closer study, a stagnancy of ether was observed in nearby countries.
And so they sought a means to harness the forces of darkness, of activity and growth. Thus was Zodiac conceived. No less a power than a god's could set right the laws of nature and quicken the flow of ether within the star.
Precisely. With the advent of Zodiac, our end was averted.
Emmett Selk claimed that those who summoned Hydaelyn did so because they saw Zodiac's power as a threat. Is that true?
opposed to Zodiac's creation, but their aim was never to unmake him. They understood the continued preservation of the natural order was dependent on his very existence. Until we could identify and address the underlying cause of the final days, he would need remain, for his departure would set in motion those apocalyptic forces. Eidolon recognized this as well, and so, rather than destroy, she sundered Zodiac, herself, and the star into lesser reflection. Find him in this place. I could have sworn she beseeched me to banish the darkness, or told me in the ethereal he was false. Perhaps she did, but as with all beings, intent is not always in accord, look in the way. Eidolon and Zodiac are both constructs of man, approximations of perfection, limited by our own empathy. Zodiac was, without question, more powerful of the two, having been born from the sacrifice of half Aetheris' population. Thus was it necessary for Eidolon to commit herself wholly to his defeat. Still more effort was needed to confine him. Maintaining the brands taxed her greatly with what power she dared spare. She cried out to any who might listen, and offered her blessing to those who heeded her call. Though it was likely within her power to do so, I believe she did not wish to speak of Aetheris or history. Like Zodiac, Eidolon's purpose is a reflection of her creators. They wish to look to the future and not linger in a prison of the past.
The Ascians set in motion 7 rejoinings before we came to oppose them. How many more worlds would have been lost had we not placed our faith in her? How many more souls living in the present would have been snuffed out for the sake of those long dead?
Well, in light of recent events, I see no reason to doubt your words. And even if Eidolon is not a god in truth, if Minfilia believes that we should trust in her plans, then I choose to do just that. Which brings me to a rather important question. Let's suppose we try but fail to stop this second coming of the final days. Should the swords fall, what will become of the other worlds?
nomenclature is more fitting than new. Bring ruin to the source, and its reflections will share in its fate. Ah, it is ready. This way, if you would be so kind. A beautiful sight, is it not? Cool.
Yes, but what is it?
Eidolon knew better than any that her power was not absolute. Indeed, she has ever struggled to hold Zodiac and his faithful at bay. She feared the worst, and so made preparations. In the event of his demise, there would be a contingency. This moon is more than a prison. It is a vessel capable of bearing the people of Aetheris to safe harbor. You need not go far to find its pilots. In fact, I should be happy to take you to them and fulfill my final duty as Watcher in the Dark. Hey, I got my weapon. Cool.
What weapon?
We're gonna see.
Dad, look at this.
Should be a sword and a shield.
Look what I did.
Boom.
Look what I did.
Bismuth cat's bulgur and a bismuth shield. Put those suckers on.
Are they weapon?
Oh, they're gonna be better than what we have.
We'll equip them.
I will. See what it looks like. That's not that cool, the shield. Okay. Back to the task at hand. Helping hands. At long last, the Watcher is ready to fulfill his final duty.
Yes! Another worker to make them completely
The
miserable.
time has come for you to be on your way. The crater at the heart of Mare Lamentorum, where Zodiac was imprisoned, is not so easily traversed, however.
I am loving
Let us
this.
call upon Argos, the familiar whom you met earlier. He should have no trouble bearing you across. As Heidelin created me as the jailer, so too did she create Argos as the guard. It is his nature to appear when needed, and yet he is nowhere to be found. Strange. Mayhap the imbalancing of ether has affected him. Let us make for the crushing brand, and attempt to call upon him there. You need but recall the path you walked with Argos before, and you will find your way. If he labors in service to Heidelin's plan, I see no reason not to do as he suggests. Shall we make for this crushing brand, then? Down, down, down. Down the big steps. That would be fun in a chair. Oh, look, you get a chair with wheels and you go down all this.
Oh, yeah, that would be so. I wasn't looking.
Okay, if you're gonna be a guest on my stream with 0 viewers, then, you know, you have to kind of pay attention to what I'm doing.
But you have.
Because it makes for interesting conversation.
Yeah, but no one's watching.
And maybe, well, maybe you need to do something so they do.
Hi, everybody. I'm rich. I have $2,000.
Oh, wow. Man, can I borrow some?
No. Wait, aren't you? Wait, can't you use something else other than that on there?
I could, but whatever.
Wait, isn't that the car that can fly too?
It can, but not here.
I like that car. That car is so.
I think I have to go through and like get all these ether currents so that I can fly here. Am I in the right place?
I like that.
I guess so. Going up. Okay. Dude, that looks really cool.
What? Yeah,
That.
it does.
Yeah, here's where the dog led me last night. With all these people, it looks like they're down here fishing.
For what?
I don't know. I don't. I have not done that particular side job. Actually, I have done none of the side jobs.
You're only doing the main story?
Yep. So far. Okay, I went all through there. Where am I supposed to keep going? Did I just...
No, look.
Feels like I made a circle.
Look.
Oh, I see, but I'm trying to figure out how to get there. The heck is this place?
Just look at your map. Like the big map.
I think I'm going the right way. I get around this crack. Must be over there. All that stuff's rolling. Oh, there's my friends. Okay, there's the Watcher. The place we seek is just ahead at the Chlorophoskra. You see, Argos cannot manifest without sufficient concentrations of ambient ether. You would be hard-pressed to find a greater confluence than inside this cavern. Follow me. Alright, Mr. Watcher. I guess I'm going down in this cave.
Hippo.
Oh, there's stuff in here. Probably gonna want to attack me.
You can just walk past it.
I'm gonna need to fight.
Just try to walk past it.
I'm gonna need to fight.
Ooh, yay, someone's watching!
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, one
It's all mine.
person. Yay! Looks like we did something.
Yeah, we got that.
Four. And six. Six again.
Oh. Thought this sword was supposed to be better. Other one. Get him. Come on, dude. Gotta go talk to this Argos guy. And get on his magic spaceship or whatever. Let's see. Yes, here will do nicely. The lunar spongoid draw ether from the ground, which is then dispersed in the air. At present, however, the ambient energies are not quite sufficient for Argos to manifest. Might you be willing to spare some of your own to help the spongoid along? Alright, I guess. How do I do that? Okay. Go there and do my magic. Ether.
What? The weird dog.
It's the fancy dog. That was Argos? Oh, wow, okay. Argos manifests in a flash. He seems glad to see you again. A most fascinating creation of Heidelin. Would you not agree? Should the need arise, he is even able to create reflections of himself on a whim. Though I assure you it was no reflection which accompanied you earlier to the brand. No, Argos was quite eager to be at your side then, as he is now, it seems. I cannot recall when last he showed such an affinity for anyone. Indeed, I thought him more likely to shy away from you and your companions. Perhaps it was more than a sense of duty that compelled him to aid you before. Whoa. Jump there. As for your companions, they get fancy dogs too. Unexpected, but greatly appreciated. I believe, excuse me, we are all ready. Let us return outside that you may cross the chasm. You know what a chasm is? Good learn. Gorge. Go. fight those things again. Yep. Got him.
Yeah.
There's another one.
You don't need.
That other guy's fighting. Have fun. Alright.
Right.
Look at those weird flailing tube men kind of guys. There's fancy dogs. Your destination is the structure there across the cradle of darkness. There? How couldn't I just walk? It's over there. Alright. But climb onto Argos's back and he will take care of the rest. Once you arrive, it should not take long to find the ship's crew. The facility is designed to rouse them from their slumber in the event of Zodiark's destruction. Heed their counsel. Together you may guide the star and its people to a kinder fate. This is where we part ways, but know that I shall ever be watching and praying for your success. Alright. Our allies' assurances notwithstanding, we cannot be certain what awaits us on the other side. But perhaps it would be best if we did not all go at once. I propose the two of us cross first, while Thancred and Urianger wait here. Yeah, okay. Do that. Hey, look at me, riding the fancy dog. A malefic ether yet permeates from the crater. Remnants of Zodiark, most like. Screenshot! There we go. Just a little further. That's a big door. I want a fancy dog mount now.
Maybe you'll get him something.
Maybe. It'd be cool. Yes.
Here, use it.
What is it?
Okay,
No.
then
Not
maybe
that
use
old.
this.
Okay, I'm not doing all that. You go talk to Mom about that. Every time I turn around, another account's gotta be created to play some game. This structure is enormous, though that is hardly surprising given the size of the average Emerald team. Apologies for the wait. Right then, let us head inside and... Oh. Most intriguing. A means by which he can conserve energy, mayhap? Well, I certainly wouldn't want him to blink out of existence on our account, helpful as he's been. Thank you, Argos. We'll take things from here or stay here where it's safe. Okay? Thank you, Argos. We'll take things from here. Argos is to remain without. Let us not keep him waiting over long. Whoa. Best ways forward.
Our moonship pilot should be around here somewhere. Is that right?
Are they? Little bunnies? Or mouse people? Army of them.
Hello.
Look lively, everyone!
Aw, they're so cute.
What?
Those are the pilots of the spaceship. They're little bunny kind of guys.
I know. This 1243rd inspection is a mite ahead of schedule, but it is of the utmost importance. For Zodiac, alas, is no more. As of now, our mighty moon has a new
I wish you
purpose:
could become a
to
one.
bear the people of Etheris to safety.
But can you only be a human?
No,
I want to be a bunny.
Time has come, my friends.
everyone.
Is there like a bunny figure?
I don't know, maybe.
But I play that
We
one
must
game.
be swifter
Maybe.
than swift. There is much to
I've
do
played
before
lots
guests
of
arrive.
games like this, or like World of Warcraft.
No. Wait a minute.
I expect your workstations to be immaculate. And don't forget to relay our signal to Etheris. Questions? Yes? No? Maybe so? No? Then hop to it!
Tis a rather curious crew she hath chosen. Their endearing forms intended to ease the passengers' hearts, perhaps.
Well, yeah, who can be upset around cute little bunnies?
Yeah.
Bunny people.
Perhaps.
No weapons or armor this time? Darn. Just experience. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. Oh, here we go. We get some more, a hairy situation. Tancred's dumbfounded expression suggests he is still struggling to comprehend the spectacle he has just witnessed. But we're gonna get new chest gear. They must be the Loporids mentioned in the Watcher's record. That's what they're called. Loporids.
I wish you could become a Loporid.
Yeah.
So cute. Why did they even make them if you can't become one?
I don't know. Definitely, that would be cool. Not at all what I expected, but the Watcher did bid us heed their counsel. I assume the one who gave that rousing speech was their leader. So we might have to ask about in order to track them down. Come on then, let us be about it.
People are coming to watch us. We've got a good.
Yeah. Here. To the floor. Hey, you want to do me a favor? You know what it means if I say beer me?
Yes.
You think you could take this and put it in recycling and beer me another one? Thank you. Gemstone Trader, Chipper Lopereat. We'll wait. I'm gonna wait for my boy to come back. Oh, look. There's an ether current. But how the heck do I get up there? Oh, come on. You gotta be kidding me. What do I have to do? Fall down from up there? It's kind of ridiculous. I wonder if I'm gonna die falling down. I guess I made it. There we go. Cool. What are these guys? Oh, the fun, the traders on the theorists were getting up to 1,000. Yeah, I can do that. So here I am, waiting with patronage and bicolor gems. An item exchange with trading land is now available and have access to reasons. Okay.
You're dead.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you very much. I don't want to buy any of that. What is this stuff? All that remain. Crafting, material crafting. I don't craft anything. I'm doing that. Alright, we're here. We can talk to the little bunny pilot guy. Let me put my gear over here. Alright. Hum hum hum. The leader of the crew? Not me, I'm afraid. Singing Way's the name. I'm in charge of the construction and maintenance of the atmospheric circulation system. Only the crispest, cleanest air for all the people of Aetheris, and that's a promise. Okay? Where's the next guy? Here somewhere? Dozing Loperit. I wonder if his name is gonna be Sleeping Way. Num num num. Leader? No. Sleeping Way. My job is perhaps I'd better ask. Alright, Breathing Way, Sleeping Way. A bit of a pattern here. Camping Way? Like the camp or something? Oh. Let's go. Boosting Way. Recording Way. Snappy Loperit. I don't know what kind of name. Snapping Way? What? How in the... When did you get here? Who let you in? Why wasn't I told? Were you the one giving orders earlier? Go with that. Me? Oh yes, of course. As the only one around here capable of doing anything properly, it falls to me to take charge of the others. Well, well, looks like you beat us here. Your friends, I take it. Is this all of them? A group comprised entirely of children. What must their parents be thinking? This isn't a nursery after all, but perhaps we should build one. Or did we build one already? No matter. You needn't worry your pretty little heads. All will be well, I promise. But goodness me, we shouldn't be standing about gawping. I must take you to meet the others. If you could run along back toward the entrance, you'll find a path that leads to the central platform on the upper floor. There's no wrong way to reach it, but it's the large glowing ball at the center, if you should find yourselves lost. I shall gather the others and meet you there. Well then, back to the upper floor it is. Have to get up there. I guess, is that where I attune? We'll do that. What? That's super cool. I want to do that. But alas, my car will just jump. Oh well. Alright, we're all here now. Maybe he's the pilot. Maybe he's flying way.
Right, of course. Introductions are in order. Ahem. My name is Livingway, and we are the Lotharites, created for the express purpose of commanding this ship and bearing the people of Atheris to a brave new world. More specifically, I am the one whom she charged with the execution of her most vital plans. You might say I'm her right paw. Livingway's the name, map reader and navigator of the heavens.
Pleasure to meet you all, but I'm still trying to make sense of this.
Aren't we all? Oh, I love Final
Confusion and
Fantasy.
bewilderment are completely understandable. Fear not, I shall walk you through it. The people of Atheris, through no fault of your own, I'm sure, set in motion a series of events that, unfortunately, culminated in Zodiac's obliteration.
And here we're learning I shouldn't have. Almost like you couldn't have killed Zodiac to begin with.
Acutely aware of the imminent crisis, your parents sent you little ones on ahead while they began the necessary preparations.
What? Parents.
Still not following? No? Very well, I shall elaborate further. Here, we have Atheris, your home, and the moon, where we are now. Without Zodiac around to keep things lively, so to speak, the celestial currents of the star have doubtless begun to degrade. A calamity of apocalyptic proportions will be visited upon Atheris, bringing an end to all life. Very sad, that.
Very sad.
So too hath the Watcher claimed. By thine unperturbed countenance, I gather this eventuality was anticipated.
The doom and gloom. Oh yes, quite expected.
Oh man.
Imagine, if you will, that Atheris is a delicious carrot that I've forgotten to eat and left out in the midday sun. The most earnest wishes or prayers will not stop it from rotting to the core.
An interesting analogy.
So sadly, there's nothing to be done but to abandon said carrot, Atheris, in case the metaphor is lost on you, to its grisly fate.
And this moon will serve as the vessel to deliver us to a new home.
Just so! We will gather up as many people, supplies, and resources as our stores will hold. And then, once everyone is aboard, it's off to another star. Easier said than done, admittedly. For one does not simply hop from star to star on a whim. Which is precisely why we've spent countless years constructing the most propulsive of propulsion systems. We ought to make it to our destination in 2 shakes of a rabbit's tail.
I kind of love these little.
Impressive technology. I dare say it is beyond anything we have ever seen.
No need to shower us with praise. All we've done is faithfully carry out the instructions left to us by Hydaelyn. Back in the old days, when she was still just Venar, she was dedicated to the study of the world and its inner workings. And the Watcher, the real one, not the simulacrum you met, was one of her fellow researchers. We and this wondrous vessel masquerading as a moon are products of their knowledge and know-how.
Ah,
There's certainly more to you all than meets the eye. Might I ask where exactly you intend to take us?
We identified a few promising candidates for resettlement some time ago, but we cannot guarantee that they are fit for habitation. Moreover, the ship can only travel in short bursts. We intend to go down our list, hopping from star to star, until we find one suitable for resettlement. No need to worry, though. The vessel is being refurbished with accommodation for an extended stay as we speak. While we did have to rely upon outside help to determine what amenities were essential, I dare say we have risen to the challenge.
Help? From who?
From you and yours! Who else? Each time we woke to perform regularly scheduled maintenance, we were greeted by the resources you sent us. What better way to learn about preferences and proclivities of our present-day charges? Ah, but you're still adorable little children. Perhaps your elders were responsible for the deliveries.
I'm not sure what led you to conclude otherwise. I can assure you that we are all grown men and women. And I very much doubt my elders know this place exists, much less how to send you so much as a starlight missive.
What? Then who in blazes let you on my moon?
blah blah yada yada blah blah
Hydaelyn
blah.
herself led you here.
Yes, that's what I just said.
You don't say! Well, that's really not children. Then why are you so small and stunted? Like little baby carrot people.
While Amarotines were a great deal taller, in the present day, persons of such prodigious size are exceedingly rare.
So, you're saying everyone's not like the Watcher? Oh, confound it all! Someone could have at least scribbled a note about your profound miniaturization.
That tome in thy possession.
Oh, this? One of the first books sent to us. A compendium of the people of Atheris, with a few blank pages at the back for minor corrections and updates as needed. The sum total of our knowledge of your kind is contained in these pages. I thought it was abridged and made small for our benefit, but this isn't a regular-sized book, is it? Building Way, can you hear me? Yes, we're all very busy. Change of plans. I need you to rebuild the domiciles at 1/3 the scale. All of them. Yes, all of them, and but me no buts. See to it with all speed.
Perhaps you could tell us a bit more about your terrestrial collaborators.
Yes, in due time. But first, I'd like to hear more about you, if it's all the same. I'd rather not risk any other complications due to outdated knowledge of our passengers-to-be.
Oh my gosh, Final Fantasy is so great. They go from like maximum drama to maximum happy slapstick humor. Crazy. A taste of the moon. With the final days fast approaching, Living Way is keen to complete her preparation. Right then, now that you're here, we need you to teach us all about you. We need you to teach us all you can about your people, and quickly. It won't be long before the final days are upon us in all their terrible grandeur, so it is imperative that we be prepared to receive our passengers to be. If there is anything at all that may displease them, it must be addressed post haste. And address it we shall. Here at Bestways Borough, we have assembled everything required to offer our guests the best way forward. We have produced myriad amenities we understand to be essential for day-to-day living, and I wish to hear your opinions on them. I'm sure you've all worked up an appetite, so why don't we start with foodstuffs? Meet me at the Caratorium and we'll see about filling your bellies. Oh my gosh. Caratorium. Does not want for enthusiasm. The notion of the theorist rotting to its core being a matter of course, rather concerning though. Nevertheless, let us take this opportunity to learn more of the Laporans and this vessel. Alright, real quick, put on my good gear. A bit, ooh, kind of interesting. Did it all. 523. Alright. This the Caratorium. Food. This place is great. What? Oh my. Awesome. Cooking way. Welcome to the Caratorium. Here we create prototypes of the various sundries required by our capacity. Allow me to introduce the head of foodstuff production. Cooking way. Pleasure to meet you all. Our work has involved no small amount of trial and error, but after many cycles of painstaking labor, I dare say we have created the finest cuisine our guests could ask for. I've learned all about the essential nutrients for a healthy and balanced diet from the reference materials we receive. I've practically borne the words from those invaluable papers. Naturally, we've also considered ease of growth and production will not want for ingredients. I must insist you try some. We have fresh stock recently prepared on account of, well, because we just woke up and we're all quite famished. Hop along the platforms here and you'll find a storage unit full to bursting with delectable delights. Help yourself to anything you like. Actually, come home. You find the storage unit and find a rainbow-colored assortment of carrots. I'll try a blue carrot. The blue variety is strangely supple to the touch and smells vaguely mint. Its excessive length and girth only adds to the dubiousness of this so-called carrot. Second thought, you elect to simply take an extremely large carrot. Due to its bizarre qualities, it would be prudent to fast cooking. Safety. So did any of our selections set your mouth to watering? The obscenely large carrot. Ah yes, a fine choice. One of my personal favorites. Please dig in. I'm eager to hear what you think. With trepidation, you take a bite out of the carrot. You are taken by surprise when blue juices burst forth from the carrot and dribble down your chin. As you take your second bite, you can feel your mental faculty sharpening. Your mind opens to the universe for a brief moment. The mysteries of existence are simple, transformative truths. But the revelation is full. When you at last finish the carrot, a sweet yet sour aftertaste lingers on your tongue. And the number 42 in your mind. Nice. What did you think? Unlike anything you've ever tasted, yes? Philosopher's carrot improves mental fortitude. Something of a shock at first bite, it's well worth the enhanced powers of cognition. We have plenty of other varieties too. Bleeding carrots to improve blood flow, green carrots to help with... So you see, we have a carrot for every occasion. I can certainly stand for this, but what if I don't like carrots? Don't like carrots? Oh, you must mean you don't like them served in this fashion. Worry not. We have pureed versions on hand if you have time to chew. I take it you too had a wide assortment of carrots to choose from and not else. If I may ask, what exactly did these collaborators share with you about cuisine on Atheros? Surely you're aware we have an abundance of dishes and foods you could emulate. Of course we are, but, well, it's only quite recently that we established contact. Even holding a conversation was a struggle at first, so imagine our surprise when they sent a mountain of books and documents with no clear instructions. The sheer amount of information was overwhelming. If it wasn't for that encyclopedia I found, we would have been at a loss where to begin. And so we decided, rather than divide our resources, to prepare a variety of middling and potentially unsatisfying meals. It would be more efficient to devote our efforts to the production of a single perfect food. That's all well and good, but man cannot live on raw carrots alone. Have you considered cooking them? I mean, steaming, boiling, roasting, and the like? I suppose we could prepare the carrots in other ways, but our primary concern was efficiency. Efficient in sinking your teeth like a carrot, fresh from production. A rather strange approach to take for one named Cooking Way, isn't it? Well, technically speaking, Cooking Way isn't my given name. First created, we were all named in the old tongue, you know, that otherwise impenetrable parlance the Watcher speaks. After we received a great tome of words, a dictionary that is, from our collaborators, we learned your language. Adverbs, gerunds, present continuous verb conjugations, just the basics. Then we found the terms related to our given tasks, and used them to form new names. Aren't they helpful? No, not really, but it does explain a great deal. Therefore didst thy kind deem such a change necessary. When the rest of your people arrive, we want to be certain they understand immediately what each of us does. You'd never be able to pronounce our original names anyway. I see. I hope our critiques, such as they are, were helpful to you. Though if you should decide to preserve flora and fauna from Aetheris as well, you would be able to offer the passengers a more balanced diet. Until such a day, when I pray comes sooner than later, it would appear there is naught but carrots on the menu. Purple carrot juice. Nice. On that note, I'm gonna go grab. Test 1, 2. Alright, cool. Alright. Let me switch back over. Now let's see what the next fun thing we do is. Time to get some pants. Living Way is eager to show you more of the moon's wonders. I think we've had our fill of carrots for now. Let's move on to other necessities, shall we? Our clothing production is sure to impress. This way. Oh, come on. Why are these guys attacking me? And I thought everything in here was supposed to be to take care of me. Here we are, the apparel production station. We've chosen to employ more traditional methods for this task, creation magics. Eidlin, in her infinite wisdom, blessed us with the selfsame affinity for magic her people possessed. We have other amazing talents, of course, and I know you're dying to hear about them, but I will regale you with the details another time. That said, we did run into a spot of trouble at first. Our magic alone was not sufficient to see our work done. In the end, we discovered crystallized ether was a wonderful catalyst that could provide us with the extra viz we needed. My, how resourceful. Ah, the sweet sound of recognition. You will also be impressed to hear we've read all about your habit of changing attire to match your chosen profession. For the sake of efficiency, I presume. This has also been taken into account with our designs. But why take my word for it when you can simply try on our clothes? Make yourselves known to the workers, and they will see to the rest. Oh, over here. I can't even think what this one's going to be named. Ah, it's you, one of the visitors from Atheris. Goodness me, Mapping Way wasn't kidding. You really are smaller than the Watcher. Oh right, you're here to try on a set of clothes, yes? What would you have me fashion for you today? An outfit that embodies my bloodlust. Something simple yet functional. A fashionable and refined ensemble. Two or three. I'll go with simple yet functional. Simple and functional. Right. This will only take a moment. There we are, all finished. A perfect fit, if I do say so myself. Nothing too billowy or frilly, as you can see. Also light and durable, sure to serve you well wherever your travels might take you. Would you look at that? Speechless. And there I thought you may not like it. If you've a mind to try something else, why not speak with my fellow artisans? I'm sure they'd be happy to oblige. You must continue wearing these garments in order to progress. You will change back to your normal garments if you move too far away. Look to your map for the garment change's area of effect. Speak with the jubilant. Okay. These guys. No one said you'd be coming, or how can I help you? You wish to try my clothes? Really? Of course, it would be my honor. Did you have anything in mind? Surprise me. I think I can handle that. Let's see. This should do. Some of my best work yet. It's a relatively new concept, incorporating an idea that's never been tried with clothing before. Fragrance. Can you smell the carrots? Simply divine. I was worried how the concept would turn out when put to the proof, but it looks stunning on you. Won't you go and show Livingway? I'm sure she's eager to see what we've come up with. You must continue wearing these garments in order to progress. You will change back, blah blah blah. Alright. My, don't we look splendid? The result of much trial and error, but I know quality work when I see it. Shh, you needn't speak. I can see your adoration for the moon and we Loperids in your eyes. No doubt your friends feel the same, having sampled our creations. Oh boy. Sorry to have kept you waiting. They insisted we sample all of their concepts ere we returned. Verily, 'tis an ensemble most becoming. I think it's past time we return these clothes. I was so confident our garments would meet with your approval. Oh, whatever are we doing wrong? The Watcher taught us that, in his time, everyone wore the same robes. To do otherwise was against social etiquette. We thought we could appeal to modern taste by tailoring the robes to specific professions, but please, you mustn't be so hard on yourself. Should we resort to evacuating the people of Aetheris, they will most certainly have need of your attire. 'Tis clear you spared no effort in addressing our needs, but you must understand that we are not quite so homogeneous. Speaking for myself, what I wear now better suits my tastes, even if it is of inferior make. But there are others whose choices may be influenced by traditions or personal experience. Rather than make assumptions for the whole, you must consider the individual and their potential preferences. I fear we've underestimated the complexity and diversity of your people. Even if we'd memorized every tome we received, I doubt we'd have fared much better. Maybe we're doing you a disservice trying to shower you with our baubles and frippery, thinking it was for your benefit when you'd be better off on your own. There are some who might agree. People who prefer to keep others at arm's length, even when they know they shouldn't. As one such former fool, I'd like to ask you a question. This plan to evacuate and escape the final days, did it account for the reflections of the source as well? Not that I'm aware of. We were born of Heidelin's love for Aetheris, and the salvation of the people on that star, and that star alone, has ever been our aim. Surely, it's better to devote ourselves to saving one world than to divide our efforts across 14 and risk failing them all. I suppose you're right. Living Way. Might we have leave to explore best ways burrow unattended? You have given us much to think about. Why, certainly. Until later, then? If I may, I should like to accompany thee a while longer. Really? I mean, you're more than welcome to. There was actually something I wished to speak with you about. Let's be off then, shall we? My apologies, I wasn't trying to spy or anything. Everyone's been talking about the visitors come from Aetheris, and I wanted to see what all the fuss was about. I was excited at first, but now I'm worried. What if the people of Aetheris refuse to come? What if we can't save them? It's clear we've made a mess of things. Oh, but wait, you still haven't visited the domiciles? Once you see them, you'll understand how wonderful the moon truly is. I'm sure of it. I'll be waiting for you by the teleporter near the entrance. Oh, and the name's Growing Way, by the way. See you soon. You're here. You're really here. Thank you. Thank you so much. Sorry, what should I call you? Crikey, even your names are amazing. Well, we'll be using this teleporter to enter the residential area. Whenever you're ready.
Ready in the teleporter. Huh? Access to living quarters restricted due to reconstruction. Then where is it? Oh no!
Oh crap, where'd they send me? Oh, just up here?
A private audience, as thou didst request, for reasons I know not.
Just a precaution. I'd rather I didn't have to ask the question at all, but I take my responsibilities very, very seriously. Do you and your friends, by any chance, find our accommodation wanting? Be honest, brutally even.
Twould be ungracious of me to belittle the efforts of thee and thine.
Lovely sentiment, really, but the disappointment is writ plain on your comrades' faces. It's all the more frustrating since no one will come out and say what they find wanting. If there are faults in our work, we need to know. We can, we will do better. But time is not on our side. The final days will wait for no one. If your people are to be saved, we must take quick and decisive action. This vessel must serve as a home for as many passengers as possible, for far longer than we may like. Which brings me to my request. Our collaborators on Atheris are doing what they can to prepare for the voyage. Would you be willing to go and lend them a hand? Having seen the moon for yourself, you could speak to its many splendors, learn what else they might require, and assuage whatever concerns they have.
Wherefore wouldst thou entrust me with such a task?
How to put it? You're the only one who appears not to be wholly unsatisfied with our work. Or quite good at pretending that's the case, at least. Calm, collected, tactful to a fault. Very particular with your words, too. You understand that, in the face of great danger, one cannot pursue perfection at the expense of practicality. The difficult choices must often be made for the greater good.
And so fate doth conspire to set my feet upon this path once more.
Come again?
Idle musings. 'Tis no trifle thou dost ask, yet full well do I understand the urgency and necessity.
Oh, dear me! Dear me! I was terribly sorry for the mix-up. It's a bit of a malfunction. I hadn't realized the residential quarters were inaccessible, you see. But you're still in one piece. So, all's well that ends well, yes? Won't happen again. I promise.
Gosh, that was embarrassing. I promise to be more careful from now on. Since the residential quarters are closed for now, I've rerouted the teleporter to allow travel between floors instead. Hopefully it proves useful in the meantime. A shame you couldn't see it though. You really would have liked it. You can now travel between the upper and lower floors of Bestway's Burrow via the teleporter. There we go. Growingway is keen, all's veil that ends veil. Growingway is keen to put his recent mishap behind him. May not seem like it, but we've been planning for this far longer than I'd care to admit. Each time we woke up, we'd have long discussions about how to save as many of you as we can. Felt like everyone had an opinion on this or that. But the one thing we all agreed upon was that the people of Atheris wouldn't take action to save themselves until it was far too late. That's why we're striving to make the moon a vibrant, magical place they'd hop at the chance to visit. rather than waiting for the flames of oblivion to get them off their tails and force them to accept our invitation. The residential quarters may not be up to the necessary standards just yet, but there are plenty of other places worth seeing. You've already had a look around the Caratorium, but wait until you see what's waiting for you at the east end of the borough. Follow me. Oh, I have to go down. There he is. Good, you're here. Through this door is Greatest End's Vale. It was named as such because it's the veil to end all veils, the most beautiful forest you'll ever see. We understand the people of Aetheris enjoy taking leisurely walks through natural spaces and the like, so I'm sure you'll enjoy it. How about we start with a nice stroll to the fountain, this way.
It's me, the kid!
Hey. Oh, okay. So what did you think of the forest? Isn't it positively pleasant? Simply sublime? Oh my. Right you are. Our forest is made of crystals and constructs, dotting the landscape as far as the eye can see. Building this place was a challenge, let me tell you. Since we were born here, we've never seen trees in person before, let alone a forest. The information sent by our collaborators was quite enlightening, but after much deliberation, we decided to use crystalline constructs in place of living trees. And thanks to our atmospheric circulation system, this place produces air as clean as that you'd find in a forest on Aetheris. The fountain here behind us, powered by the rather large crystal adorning its top, plays a vital role in supplying us with fresh water. Much time and effort was spent making it the most spherical of spheres, and I dare say the unparalleled roundness speaks for itself. I enjoy nothing more than a nice long stretch and a spot of relaxation whenever I come up here. You look like you could do with a stretch yourself. Let me do a stretch here. That's the spirit. I feel more relaxed simply watching you. A sight worth the many years spent building this place. It's not too much to ask. It's always been a dream of mine to take a walk through this forest with someone from Aetheris. Could we maybe? You will? Oh, be still, my quivering whiskers. I was thinking that I could be more helpful to you by teaching you a little about the moon and what it is we do. When we were first created, the moon's sole purpose was to hold Zodiark, and there was absolutely nothing to be found here. Eventually, Hydaelyn gave us our first task: furnish the moon with propulsion systems capable of facilitating travel to other stars. It sounds impressive, and I suppose in some respects it is, but it was only possible thanks to all the knowledge Hydaelyn shared with us. We also had a lot of time to get it done. 6,000 years, give or take. But anyway, let's keep going. This may come as a surprise, but we didn't begin building the habitable areas until after the propulsion systems were ready. Considering how long it took, I wish we'd started sooner. Who would have thought we'd need 4,000 years to make all this? It certainly wasn't work you dare rush either. We had to create infrastructure and countless supporting systems, some of which wouldn't be operational until hundreds of years later. And then there was that brief period where our productivity came to a screeching halt. When that bizarre red satellite was sent up from Aetheris. The Allagan's mischief, I think. We thought maybe some new nefarious actor was colluding with Zodiark. All we could do was stand by and brace ourselves for the worst. I can tell you how relieved we were when Hydaelyn informed us of its destruction. Oh yes, there was much joyous humming that day. Ask if you can taste the rainbow. What? No, I'm not sure what it is you do with crystals on Aetheris, but we don't eat them. And certainly not this one. It's possessed of all 6 elements: wind, lightning, fire, earth, ice, and water. We use crystals like these to maintain the moon's elemental equilibrium. It's worth mentioning, though, that because of Hydaelyn's influence, being the embodiment of tranquility and stasis and all, manipulating the elements here is different than it might be on Aetheris. A conjuring of fire would sooner dry your clothes than singe them. For example, put simply, The etheric conditions are ill-suited to growth, which is why the surface is mostly barren. Of course, this was all necessary to keep the raging energies of Zodiac in check. Say, do you notice anything peculiar about the treetops? I mean, apart from the fact that they're massive crystals and not trees? I'll give you a hint. It's the golden rings emanating from the glowing spheres. Along with the device fixed near the ceiling, they fulfill a role similar to our sun, and do so better even. The sun and similar celestial objects in the great expanse radiate energy that is harmful to your bodies. These rings shield you from that energy while allowing you to bathe in the perfect amount of sunlight, or rather, a close approximation of it. Pretty impressive, wouldn't you say? Oh, and if you look closely, you'll see different types of trees have ever so slightly different curvature. Yes, indeed, this forest truly is the greatest. There was something else I wanted to tell you about. Oh, right. The propulsion systems and habitat facilities were completed around 2,000 years ago, and with that, the most important features were fit for purpose. Which was all well and good, except we still knew absolutely nothing about the present-day people of Aetheris. Why not go and visit Aetheris yourself, you might ask? Strictly forbidden. Were our technology or knowledge of the moon's true purpose exploited for evil ends, the results could be disastrous. Then there were a few more rejoinings, and it became increasingly difficult to converse with Heidelin. Fearful we might lose the ability to communicate with her altogether, we beseeched her to find people on Aetheris we could trust to help. We were quite fortunate everything worked out as it did. With the exception of routine inspections and maintenance, we remained asleep and waited, hopeful Heidelin would find someone who would help us. Eventually she did, and though her power was waning, we were able to speak to them directly for a short while. We shared with them everything we could. Including our knowledge of the heavens and a means to travel here to the moon. It's the Sharlayans, isn't it? They certainly didn't waste any time with what we taught them. No more than a few years after that, our collaborators found a means to convey messages and supplies to us from down below. With all the letters, books, and other resources they sent, we learned enough to start making more meaningful changes to the moon. And now you're here, hopefully enjoying yourself as much as I am. I knew you would like Greatest Endsvale. I knew it. Thank you again for coming here. By the way, I know it was just a walk through the forest, but it meant a lot to me. There you are. I take it you've already received the grand tour. A shame we missed it. Growing Way, I've been looking all over for you. Oh, is this about the teleporter to the residential area? No, never mind that. We have more pressing matters at hand. I will be calling an emergency meeting shortly, and your attendance is required. Really? I can't imagine why you'd need me there, but if you insist. We won't be away long, so you all are more than welcome to continue looking about the burrow. Now, come along, Growing Way. Before we arrived, you seemed to be in the midst of a rousing conversation with your guide. Did you learn anything of import? All kinds of stuff. Pretty sure they're working with the Charlians. They've spent 12,000 years preparing for this? With the appointed hour fast approaching, I can certainly understand their restlessness, but still. It remains to be seen if the people can be persuaded to evacuate when there are yet no signs of the final days. What's more, the technology of this place defies imagination. I doubt there are many who would readily come to terms with living in such surroundings. Whoever these collaborators are, unless they are possessed of the world's most charming personalities, or a means to forcibly evacuate people, they will meet with a great deal of resistance. Indeed, even if faced with annihilation, the decision to forsake all one knows cannot be made lightly. Forgive me, friends, but I must beg your leave. There is another matter which yet begs for mine attention. Of course, we can accompany you if you like. Nay, that will not be necessary, if you will excuse me. Tis clear now that difficult decisions lie ahead of us. Preparation for the evacuation of Aetheris is indeed crucial, but I am not yet willing to forsake our world and its reflections, and I trust I am not alone in my reticence. Time to get my boots. By now, Thancred can tell when his friends are up to something. Did Urianger seem strange to you? More so than usual, I mean? I know he has a penchant for keeping his own counsel, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried. Would you go and see if he's alright? Shtola and I will remain here and see what else we can learn about the final days. If you hurry, perhaps you can catch up to him. Oh, alright. Okay, a playground. And I'm running, and I'm running, and I'm running. Where's he going? Ariane appears to be heading towards the entrance to Bethway's burrow. I'm surveying. Ariane ventures off into Mare Lamentorum for reasons unknown. You must tread carefully, else he might sense your presence. Man, there's a lot of sneaking in this expansion. Okay. Nobody's here. Keep on going. I got you, fam. Well, now he's gonna start running. What the heck, dude? Alright, I made it.
Thine arrival is timely as ever. Thou didst chance to overhear my conversation with Livingway, I presume?
Yep, I heard.
'Twas not mine intent to move in shadow. Nevertheless, I have been asked to do that and more yet again. Is it so plain that these strangers could intuit it at a glance? My capacity for silence and secrecy and duplicity? And Grahatir did contrive to deliver the first at the price of his own life. I was complicit in the scheme. A sacrifice averted for a mercy. Would that I could say the same for Menphilia. One life for one world. And by that bloody bargain brokered by my hand were the scions robbed of a dear comrade, and Flamine her beloved daughter. Two souls, whose selflessness was beyond measure, whose resolve was unshakable. They would not be moved even had I thought to protest. But protest I did not. Far from it. I pushed them forward. No effort did I make to seek out alternatives, ones that would not demand such terrible costs. That resignation weigheth heavy on my mind, as does the memory of another lost to mine inaction. Dearest Moonbringer, who did face death unflinching, that we might secure a means to bring low the Ascians. In her hour of need, I did naught. Dutiful disciple of Louisoix, ever looking to the greater good. Had I shut mine eyes and bid her live instead, mayhap she would be with us today. Selfish wants, born of everlasting regrets. Most days I put them from my mind, but could think of naught else when asked to swallow the same bitter draught. Subterfuge and sacrifice. Mayhap the right moral choice, but one I regard with great trepidation. The calamity of Amarot was a tragedy beyond reckoning, one which must never again come to pass. Thus must we struggle, haunted by ghosts of those we have lost, clinging to those we pray we can yet save. But what of those we cannot? How do we make peace with the dreadful algebra of necessity?
Have faith in yourself and your decisions.
Sage counsel indeed. I see. Wisdom as befits a great worm. Curious that he should think thee in need of such encouragement. Strange. Scarcely can I remember when last we spoke alone, and so candidly. I thank thee. for all my supposed skill with words, I find it difficult to express such private thoughts. As for the Loporit's proposition, I will take time and consider how to respond. 'Twould be to our mutual benefit if we could converse more openly with our aspiring caretakers. A concern I should be glad to address on the Scion's behalf. To dispense with all pretense and bare one's heart to another is a frightening thing indeed. But we cannot move forward ere we take that bold first step. A lesson I have learned many times before. And today.
What are they saying? Curse these ears! I've heard bugger all!
I love these little guys.
No matter. We've got our plans.
In truth, my reason for traveling hither was to effect a plan of mine own, a plan which may pave a way forward for us all. May, I say, for there is no guarantee of success. 'Tis the reason I set out alone. That failure, should it come, would be mine to bear alone. Yet thou standest before me with proffered hand and open heart. 'Twould be remiss of me to refuse thy amity, and so I ask, wouldst thou join in my endeavor? What next? Hands. Setting things straight, Urianger is quite glad for your company. I thank thee for accompanying me. 'Tis a simple plan, in truth. We shall not be long away from Bestway's burrow. Difficult decisions must needs be made in the coming days, but I nevertheless believe we are all of one mind in our desire to save the people of Aetheris. To make clear our resolve to the Loporits, I would offer them a gift, but its making doth require a most singular ingredient. What is this thing? Lovingway's darlings? Ah, an abundance of spongoy. Excellent. I chanced to spy this aggregation when crossing Zodiark's erstwhile prison. Using a spell taught to me by the New Mao, I believe these shall suffice for the gift I would fashion. The magic requireth considerable concentration, however. Might I prevail upon thee to stand watch whilst I perform the incantation? Still standing watch. Surveying the nearby area, you see no sign of potential threats. This would be a good opportunity to see how Urianger is faring. Alright, let's go see. How's old boy doing? Urianger remains fixated on his work. There, 'tis done. A magicked ink. Every ons is efficacious as that crafted by the Numau. Rare is the occasion I would conjure mine own, but is nevertheless a most useful skill. The resulting product is, admittedly, possessed of no preternatural properties, but its hue is one of mine own choosing, which I pray the Loperites will appreciate. Urianger, oh thank goodness. I thought you had been eaten, or had perhaps fallen into a crater. Y'shtola has been looking all over for you. She says she needs to speak with you about something most urgent. Dire, even. She was also quite clear that she wishes to speak with Augustine alone, which means, I'm afraid, you must stay behind, Urianger. But worry not, it just so happens we need your help with an errand. Delivering a package from the Watcher's Palace, the Bestway Burrows. It's quite large and heavy, perhaps even too heavy for we poor Loperites, and we would be ever so grateful if you could lend us a hand. Well, I suppose I should be going then. Ooh, good. I mean, yes, very good. Let us not keep you then. She said she would be waiting for you in Greatest Endvale, or somewhere thereabouts. I'm sure you'll find her there soon enough. Worry not, I shan't be long. Oh, we thought you would be away for far longer. A dire emergency? I said no such thing. But as you are here, I could use your assistance with one small matter. Runningway, a companion of Growing Ways, apparently has much to tell us of the final days. The problem, however, is that he is determined to live up to his name. refusing to stay still long enough for us to hold a conversation. Is there anywhere he's likely to stop and rest, or perhaps there's a way to slow him down? Well, what's the rush? I was thinking we should wait here, maybe enjoy a cold mug of carrot juice and... No? Well, if it's really that important. You can try using these balls of moose flesh, not to be confused with the other thing. Runningway's other notable feature is his incessant chatter, so you'll have no trouble finding him in a crowd. And when you do, try lobbing your balls at him. Crude, but if it proves effective, he was here in Greatest Innsvale when last I saw him. Let's split up and find him. All right. Let's see where he's at. Search your surroundings for Runningway. You may move the camera. Throw moose balls with... Okay. Oh, that's smart. If this was meant to be a joke, it isn't funny. Yes, I'm running away. Do you mind explaining why you hit me in the face with your balls of moose flesh? Oh my gosh. I'm highly knowledgeable about the final days. Ah, that's the most ridiculous thing I've heard since I woke up. Who told you that joke? As if we've got time to look into the final days when there's so much to do before the Great Voyage. It's true that Heidelin did impart to us some knowledge of the event, but I know about as much as any other Loperid around here. Less, probably. I don't know why anyone would think it's funny to go around telling people I'm an expert, but they'd better hope I don't get my paws on them. Sorry I couldn't be of more help, but if there's nothing else, I've work to do. And I'm off. Little bugger. I could find neither hide nor hair of him. How did you fare? Blah blah yada yada blah blah blah. So he knows no more than the others? Yes, that's what I just said. Care to explain yourself, Growingway? Well, you see, I misremembered. Yes, that's it. I misremembered. Terribly sorry about that. Afraid I'm drawing a blank though. Try as I might, I can't remember who I was thinking of. On an unrelated note, what of Urianger? I assume you spoke with him earlier, but did he say when he'll be returning? On his way to the Watcher's Palace with Livingway. Between Growingway's sudden lapse of memory and our lack of other leads, maybe our time would be better spent lending Urianger a hand. Well, what? Now, hold on a moment. It's all coming back to me. Yes, I remember. The information you're looking for is in the archives. Yes, that's where you'll find all sorts of useful knowledge, including that pertaining to the final days. Bum, bum, bum. 87. And I'm doing 84 level quests. Okay. Alright, stand by. Taking a quick break.